So with only 4 days before my next guest checked in, I needed to give my Airbnb a makeover as it wasn't giving the cozy modern Airbnb vibe anymore. And I noticed that the traffic had slowed down on this particular apartment and the reviews that were great at the start were now very poor. So I set out a budget and a plan for this work. So I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to achieve with the suggestions from ChatGPT, but I was still open to whatever was best for the budget. So I saw some wallpapers on sale at B&Q and I found a blind to match. I wanted to keep the colors of the apartment fairly similar, so I got a massive bucket of white paint and a grey one too. But once again, due to the budget, I was open to whatever. So I saw this bucket of smaller ones which were on sale and I did a shade match with the wallpaper and the blinds that I got to ensure that the colors were the same. The canvas pictures that they had at B&Q were a little too chaotic, so I left them. I moved all the furniture out the way and my brother started the painting. I really wanted to keep the space bright because it's quite a small apartment, but I also wanted to bring some warmth and personality to the apartment as well. I made a start on the wallpaper, but unfortunately the colors didn't match despite all the shade matching at the store. On the second day, I visited Dunelm for some new pillows, some lampshades, and I found another blind which I actually preferred. I mean, the other one didn't match, so I was basically just winging it and switching things up. Now when I say teamwork, I really meant it. My dad fitted the blinds, fitted the wall clock, and we carried on painting and cleaning off all the sides. Now on day 3, I went to IKEA because I felt like Dunelm and B&Q didn't quite have everything I needed. IKEA always have these small pieces that you can just put together in a house. I was still able to get some lampshades, some rug options, and some wall pictures as well. The lampshade I got from IKEA, I wasn't entirely sure if that was how it was meant to be fitted, but it did the job. One thing that was consistent with the bad reviews was the fact that there was no side table and the room was too cold. So I picked up a side table that I saw on Facebook Marketplace. I got a rug as well, which I saw had just been listed on Facebook Marketplace. I moved the room around because that was just the best thing to do at that point because the initial setup didn't leave room for a bedside table. I went back to IKEA the next day just to pick up some cushions and return whatever wasn't used. I was also looking for some plants, but I didn't find any, so I just got a plant pot to work with. I wasn't feeling very confident with the way the room was looking. Like, I was happy with it. I loved the colors and everything, but I just felt like something was still missing. So you know what? I thought I'd start putting the bedding on. Let's see if it's just me or if it's actually coming together. By the time I was done putting all the beddings on the bed, I just felt like, you know what, this place doesn't need anything else. It looks great. It looks fine. I got rid of the other fridge that was there and bought this one, which allowed more space to move around because once again, it is quite a small and compact apartment. Once again, teamwork was in full motion here. My sister and I went to pick up some rocks that were listed for free on Facebook Marketplace. We got back and did some gardening and pulled the rocks there to help combat the weed that grows in that corner. The door and the window wasn't looking very clean, so I gave them a wash. I also added a little mirror above the toilet in the bathroom just to add some aesthetics because there was already one there. I was intentional about keeping this practical because I wanted to be comfortable, but I didn't want anything that would take too long to clean after a guest leaves. So considering the amount of time I had to work with, I think it came out pretty nice and modern. It's somewhere that I would genuinely want to stay myself.